Yai, lai, lai, yai, 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 yai. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom to you, Cantor Moses, and to all of Cantor Moses' friends. Thank you for coming. But we are so happy that you came in. What I loved was watching you coming in and chewing to the sound of the music. That was really good. That was a good one. So we are so grateful to have our band here tonight and to have all of you who are here to help us celebrate and welcome our wonderful new executive director, Natalie Adler.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh. Such a nice thing when people clap for you, isn't it? And we want to welcome the wonderful Josh Adler and Charlotte Adler. Pretty much the whole first row over here in the good seats. We're just so happy to have you. And Natalie, you've already just lifted things up for us. You've shown us where we're doing well. You've also shown us where we could do better. In the few short months you've been here, you have an eye for detail, which we love. You are a mensch, and you spread that kind of love and discernment throughout your work. We're really lucky, and we know it. So we would like you to take this moment, if you would. Charlotte, would you help your mommy and daddy light the candles? Could you? Come on up. And in the meantime, it is such a lovely assortment. See, I go into this time of year and I think summer's over because I'm already thinking like the high holidays. I don't know, because I'm a rabbi.
They're only 6 weeks away, I'm sorry.
You know, we're not going there yet. But it is so nice to see you on this beautiful summer afternoon. Please do light. And if you'd say Shabbat Shalom to each other, then we'll come back and we'll light together.
And we'll sing the blessing all together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
I know you may be actually tied at the hip, but Natalie, will you say a few words of welcome to us as we welcome you?
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. We feel so welcomed coming in here since day one. Before I was hired, all of the things. I came in to check out Temple Israel, and everyone just had open arms. And we just so much appreciate that. So thank you all for coming to services tonight. We're so happy that you're here. In the past couple of months, I've gotten to meet many of you, and I just want to thank you for that. Everyone has shared so much knowledge and guidance and love to me and my family, and I'm looking forward to meeting more of you as the high holidays approach. And speaking of open arms, aren't we so lucky to have such a good clergy and staff and board? I mean, I have never seen such good camaraderie. It is beautiful. It's just as beautiful behind the scenes as it is. What you see here is what you get. It's amazing. And for everyone to be so warm, it has really enabled me to just jump in and be able to be confident knowing that I'm doing my best and that I have a whole crew of support behind me. So thank you so much for that. And I want to share a little bit about myself that was not in the bio. So behind the scenes, what I'm working on at Temple are several important initiatives. So high holidays, of course, because they're coming up very soon, 6 weeks. Safety and security, our building enhancements to this beautiful space. We have fundraising, and then the Temple Israel Foundation, including Life and Legacy, technology, and much more. And on top of that, one of my passions is trying to figure out how all of you connect to Temple Israel and to Judaism in general. So everyone has a different reason for being here at Temple Israel, and I love talking to people about what that is. And if you're drawn to it and you haven't found your place in Temple Israel yet and you want to get more involved, I want to talk to you about that, and let's figure that out together. It's one of the things I love to do. And if you ever want to chat more personally, a couple of things I love to talk about are food, dogs, my daughter for hours, I'm sorry, and Taylor Swift. So if you ever want to talk about that, I know we have a lot of Swifties at Temple. I've found them, and they've found me. And so I was thinking maybe we could start a Havara. So that would be great. But on a serious note, I want to invite each of you to come to me anytime with questions, ideas, really anything, opinions. Please call or email me. Let's get coffee. Let's meet. Let's talk. I want to be your thought partner, and I'm an advocate for this Temple Israel community, so please, please, please always feel free. The door is open. And thank you again for the warm welcome. My family and I are thrilled to be part of Temple Israel. I'll pass it back to you.
I think one of the best things that popped out at me from your resume as we were reviewing people was simply the fact that you were the engagement person over at Temple Wise down in Cincinnati. And that to me, having been the engagement rabbi for this place and so many other places, is just that you know people. You get people, you even like people, which is great. So we're so thrilled to have you here. Please do take Natalie up on all of those awesome access points that she mentioned. So now, as we go into our service tonight, friends, I was very lucky to experience a meditation moment this week based on our parasha, which is Parashat Erev. And Erev has a lot in it, but in particular, I just want you to remember 3 words as we go into our moment tonight praying. And this comes from the Birkat Hamazon, the grace after meals. And you are to say, based on this week's parasha, ve'achalta, ve'savata, uve'rachta. What do they mean? Ve'achalta, you shall eat. Ve'savata, you shall be satisfied. Uve'rachta, and you shall bless. Just those 3. And so I want you to just take this moment as we go into our service and let the music wash over you, and let the week leave you with one thing that leaves you feeling like you ate till you were full and you were satisfied. And I want you to just do this quick breathing exercise with me. Ready? We're not going to get too woo-woo. You know how I can get. But we're going to go there for 1 second. Just really locating, remembering that you are a breathing human being on this earth for only so much time. So we're going to take 3 actual steps together. We are going to say ve'achalta. We're going to breathe in this air. And we're going to say, I have eaten from this week. I have had something. It has nourished me, just like this air. Then we're going to say ve'savata. We're going to hold that breath at the top for a second. I am fulfilled by what I have eaten, by what I have gotten out of this week. And then breathe it out with uve'rachta. And I am blessed. Okay? So you can even close your eyes for a second and just say, ready? We're going to breathe in. Ve'achalta, I ate.
Ve'achalta.
Uve'rachta, ve'savata, hold it at the top. I am satisfied. And now breathe it out. Uve'rachta, I am blessed. Ready? Ve'achalta, ve'savata, Uverachta. I ate. I'm satisfied. I'm blessed. Now we're all on the same page, okay? A little commonality among us. We can now begin and use that beautiful breath for words, for prayer, for even if you didn't understand me the rest of the week, family, friends, God, colleagues. Now I'm going to try to make sense just with this beautiful breath of life that is in me for this perfect moment of Shabbat.
Amen. Amen. Shkoach. Friends, tonight we have our visual tefillah so we can see your beautiful panim, your faces. So please join us as, I'm sorry it's not a Swiftie melody. Maybe it's in the year we'll sing a Lachado D to like paper rings or something like that, right? Yes, see? But this is a beautiful melody we've been singing here at Temple Israel by Rick Recht. So, and it's a call and response. So please, on this celebration Shabbat, think of all those things that you'll be able to share with us that you are celebrating this month. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela. Shamor vezachor bedibur echad, hishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad ushmo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'litila l'chadodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela l'chadodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila l'chadodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela l'chadodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri ki va'orech kumi uri Adonai uri shir daveri kevod Adonai alayich nigla l'chadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat l'kabela
Please rise.
l'chadodi likrat
Face the other
kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha toch emunei
Am
segula boi chala l'chadodi likrat kala pnei
have a seat.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברי חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם מעלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתבר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתהלל שבת קודשה בריחו לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו amen.
When we're really taking that moment on Shabbat just to breathe, y'all, this is just the best that it gets. The best that it gets. After a week of my hearing about people getting sick, after a week of my hearing that COVID is showing its ugly face again, after a week of like paying attention to the news and then going, no thank you, I don't want any more right now. Can I just turn it off and still be a good person? You had that moment? All you need to do is say, in this next moment, as I stand for Baruch Hu, all I'm going to do is be completely awake and alive and alert to my life, flowing through me, coursing through my veins. If I can stand in this one moment of attention, Shabbat will be our gift. Please rise.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב
We thank God for the creation of this day, and then we attach it right away to a blessing for Torah. Let's say this together. Human parents know that children often fall short in doing what they've been taught is right. But wise parents know that their love for their children should not be based upon the latter's accomplishments, but must be unconditional. If parents teach them well, then their children will meditate upon these teachings and transmit them to their own children, and so on le'olamim, forever. Thus, both human and divine revelation unfold in teaching and learning.
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו והם נגי יומם ולילה ואהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom alevavecha ve'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam ve'shivtecha beveitecha uvlektecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha ugshartam le'od al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot beineinecha uchtabtam המזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Let's read together this prelude to Michamocha, the next blessing. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
So you know when you smash a glass at a wedding, a Jewish wedding? You know that moment? I always think of it as holding two truths at once. There's the brokenness, and then there's this lovely wholeness that actually exists in the world. I think of that as sort of being similar to the Hashkivenu prayer coming right before Vishamru. My interpretation, that we're praying for a world because we know it is so fragmented and so fractured, just like that broken glass. And yet, you've got this beautiful representation of how the world can be so perfect, just like that couple, just like Shabbat. And so, can we hold those two truths at once? The truth is, if you give me a choice, I'd rather hold the other one, the nice, whole, perfect version. But I know that my life is a juggle. Everybody's is. So we just make room. We're just going to make room for that. We're going into an election this week. We know that there is wholeness and there is brokenness. Y'all voting? Of course you are. But we know that we're just going to hold it all. We're going to go from Hashkivenu, praying for a world that needs to be redeemed, and then Shabbat, a world that is redeemed.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי של ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפת. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
I am treated to the most delightful front row dancing that has ever happened, maybe in the synagogue. So, the hard part, Shar, is that, sometimes you just have to stand and be still. But then you just think of your favorite Taylor Swift song. And it all just kind of time passes. And for the rest of us, in a moment, we're going to stand for Hatefillah, for the Amidah. Being still is maybe the whole point of this. Can we be still with ourselves in quiet, just really reverence for the moment that we stand for Shabbat, for community, and ultimately for Shalom. Please rise.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידה מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמנת לחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושי בכל יום יהללוך הסלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We remain standing in quiet reflection as we continue our Amidah and are seated whenever we're done.
שמך מלכנו תמיד לעולם ועד טוב שמך שלום רב ישראל The one thing we're allowed to ask for on Shabbat is for healing. So we take this moment together as a collective community to think about all those who need a refuat ha-nefesh and a refuat ha-guf, a full healing of body and soul. And so when I pause, I'll invite you to share those names aloud for whom you are praying for. מי שברך אבותינו ואמותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך את החולים. Please share those names. לב השל בת עמי ויעקב, חנה רות בת חנה ותיאדור, נעמי בת מרים הרב יוסף, מרים בת שמחה ושפרה, אליאנו שי בת בנימין ושירליה, גבריאלה בת חכמיה דבורה, ארי בנימין בן טובה, חנה מרים בת אסתר, אבינו בת שמחה ושפרה, הרב מיכל משה בת חיים ושמחה, אליה בן שמואל ושרה, Peggy Summer Baker, Pam Beeler, Ellie Bloom, Becky Caudle, Pat Caudle, Ronald Cohen, Barbara Cooper Schaefer, Carol Crowfoot, Larry Footer, Elaine Dank Friedman, Karen Gillen, Robert Guinness, Suzanne Greenbaum, Kiana Greenwald, Annette Harris, Gilbert Herwood, Ethan Kadish, Jeff Cabe, Chris Cloth, Jesse Cloth, Kaya Cloth, Kitty Konishak, Jerry Cruz, Marilyn Lassen, Cheryl Logan, Sarita Moss, Mike Ozer, Anthony Paneth, Clark Patton, Steve Pollack, Mindy Santafor, Steve Schaefer, Annette Turner, Lee Weisberger, Barbara Whitkin, Ossie Zimmer, Leslie Motz. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Imalei Rachamim Aleihem L'Ha'Limam U'Rapotam U'L'Hachatzikam Vayishlach Lehem Me'era Rufuah Shlema Min HaShamayim Rufuat HaNefesh U'Rufuat HaGuf Hashta Bagalav Izman Kariv V'Namar Amen. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Amen ve'amen. We have a lot of joy as well. We balance everything in the congregation. Of course, this is a community. And tonight, we are very lucky to recognize the fact that Temple Israel
I'll step away.
is an exceptional community. It's an exceptional place as evidenced by those who volunteer. A lot of people who give of their time. And 3 of those people we are going to honor tonight. So I would like to ask our friends, Judy Herman, Deb Cohen, and Ken Cohen, to come up here, please, now. Because if we don't thank you, you'll never come back and volunteer. As tokens of our esteem, and because we really love this one restaurant, we want to gift you a little something that's overdue. Please come over, dear friends. We are pleased to present you all with some gift cards to Giuseppe's. Because, right, who doesn't love Giuseppe's? Judy, let's talk about you first for a second. You have served us tirelessly on our board for the past several years, and you have volunteered in the office as well. People have gotten used to seeing you around here, and I think you're the kind of person that people know they can approach because you are so lovely, because you are kind of a fixture. If it were old school Temple Israel, we might get you like your own little plaque on a seat, with your makom kavua, because that's where you always are. So we want to thank you. You raise your voice when you need to, and you tell us, you're always asking, what can I do? But we also know we can turn to you to tell us what to do. So thank you for being a leader in our community. Thank you. Deb Cohen. Oh, yes, let's do this. Stick around. You are in good company. You're with Deb Cohen, my other friend over here, who has been a board member serving in the dual role of trustee and representing Women of Temple Israel. This one also way behind the scenes, right, Barb? Does not need a lot of accolades, but is absolutely a worker bee in this congregation. Also, she may not look like the linebacker that she is, but she carries a lot on those shoulders. And she does it with dignity and such integrity. I have so much respect for the work that you do in the temple and outside of the temple in your life. So you get to eat at Giuseppe's too, Deb. Ken, good choice with Deb, because you landed a good one, and so did she. So, right? Best one so far, he says. You have been providing sustenance. The two of you together keep our bistro alive. And that is no small task. That means getting here at, 7:30 on Sunday mornings? That sounds fun, right? What time? about 7:30, usually with a few of your family members in tow, which is also awesome, some of whom are very little, some are bigger. And this effort means that our kids actually wake up in the morning and they say, oh, it's religious school, but there's the bistro, right? And I get to get a snack? Fine, I'll go. So if that's not enough to spark your Jewish, your Yiddishkeit, what is? You guys have taken care of us in so many ways. By keeping the bistro alive, by maintaining that. And just also, Ken, you're being somebody that we turn to for wisdom, that we turn to for, sort of a compass, a little North Star. That's the kind of person that you are. All three of you, we are so lucky for you to be, in this moment and beyond, kind of the poster kids for Temple Israel. This is what it looks like to be involved, engaged, to care, to stay up at night, worrying about the place, and also excited to wake up in the morning and serve. Thank you for serving.
I have to get hugs too. Oh, Mazel tov. Mazel tov. I didn't announce your bar mitzvah. Mazel tov. Thank you. Thank you.
How lucky are we, right? And there are also other simchas in our congregation, meaning you can find one. Everybody here has something to celebrate, right? Of course, we have Natalie to celebrate. And we have all these great volunteers. But if you happen to have, this is our Simcha Shabbat, so if you have a simcha, a joy, something you're excited about, something you want to brag about, this is your moment, okay? So think, and we're just going to go quickly. This is my Phil Donahue moment. Come on. Make me work for it. Oh, Carl Shedler. That was such a good. Carl just goes, This is going to be good, Carl.
I'll begin by saying my name's Carl Shedler, and my wife Becky's over here. We've been married for 42 years. And on Monday, we'll be moving out of the house that we've lived in, that's been our home for 40 years, into our new home.
Wow.
So that's exciting. But more exciting is the fact that at the end of the month, our son and daughter-in-law will be having a baby girl.
B'sha'a tova.
B'sha'a tova to all of that, meaning it should happen at the right moment. Oh, Elliot. Okay, Elliot, I'm going to wend my way over to you. How about that? Excuse me. Mazel tov.
Hi, I'm Elaine Pels. This is my husband, Jonathan. What are you saying? What? Were you going to say? Sorry. We have our double high anniversary coming up next week. We haven't been married since we were 10, like the Shedlers, but that's it. We're very happy.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Anything? Are you taking her out to Giuseppe's? Hi, friends. Elliot, happy to see you.
My grandpa had surgery and finally is out of the hospital.
Yes.
That is the best. Thank you. I'm really happy. Glad to hear that. Yes, thank God, you guys. And we are really happy to hear that. Hi, Trish. Sandy.
It's a fun one. I will be celebrating hip-hop's 50th birthday next Shabbat in the Bronx with the likes of Fat Joe, Ice Cube, Lil Wayne, T.I., Common, and like Snoop Dogg, 20 other rappers at this huge concert.
And Sandy has not mentioned that he himself is a rapper. So, you know, it's gonna be Hip Hop Shabbat. Is that right? I love it. I love it. Anybody else?
Here.
Oh, look at this. Hi, Susan.
Excuse me. Frida and I share a birthday one day apart.
That's
my other sister by another mother.
Aw, Frida.
And I'll be 83.
83. You. Awesome. Still making art, as she does. That's your cue, Frida. Come on.
I'm going to be 80 on August 17th.
Yay!
I love it. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Who else? Ellen.
my daughter Shayna shares a birthday with Susan on August 18th.
Well done, Sheena. And we like her. Anybody else over here? Simchas? And?
Oh, one more.
Oh my God, I need a Gatorade.
Officially voting in my very first election
Yay!
ever.
Yay! Baruch. Now that's not a call for
that
a
is a Simon Tov and Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Yehelanu, 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 Olecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Olecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Olecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Olecho Yisrael.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. So, friends, we now rise as we are able for Aleinu.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We are seated, friends. Consider the people who made it possible for you to be here. And you will no doubt start thinking of the people you miss. We come to Kaddish, and in this moment, we recognize all those souls who have gone before us, what they have left behind, and their eternal gift of life. So if you are joining us and you happen to be in the period of Shiva, the first 7 days after having lost someone you love, if you would please rise so we can recognize your loss now. In the period of the Shloshim, the 30 days, we are remembering, and you'll stand as you hear your loved one's name and remain standing, Robin Gold and Donald Bloom. If you're joining us during that first year of mourning in your own life, would you please stand so we can recognize your loss? Thank you. And tonight we remember James Peter Bally, Riva Bebergal, William Belford, David Bennett, Ruth Brum, Aaron Chandler, Frida Orkin Davidorf, Amir Jarabji, Visha Donoff, Alvin Dratch. We remember Abner Fritz, Robert Froelich, Barry Gerson, Anton Gips, Jerome N. Gladstein, Lillian C. Goldenberg, Russell Melville Gordon, We remember Lila Claren Grossman, Sam Grossman, Francis L. Gundersheimer, Marcia Halpert, Zachary Judas, Raymond Kahn, Jean Lazaro, Janet Nelson, Edgar Phillips, Maurice Portman, Malvine Robinson, Max Schiff, Elias Torf, Lillian Union, Roselle Pliskin-Volk, and Lillian Zimmerman. If there are any additional names, would you please say them now? Thank you so much. We rise together with you all as we recognize the gift of their lives and their impact on us. We say the words of Kaddish together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Be'olma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimru Amen.
Yehi shemei Rabba mevorach leolam olamei almaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yithalal shmei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'olma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace bring peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who grieve. Zichronam livracha, let their memories continue to bless us, continue to inspire us, and be a blessing forever. And we say, Amen.
Amen.
Please be seated. Cantor, take it away.
So we have some wonderful news for this coming year. You know, we have so many young families, some with young children, and they've always said, oh, which night can we come? When's family Shabbat? When are the babysitters? Well, we're happy to announce that every Friday night there will be babysitting available. You don't have a reservation, so spread the word and tell all those young families to bring their kids for Shabbat, because they can hang out with our wonderful madrichim, our counselors, and then come in for challah and grape juice, right, Elliot? That's the best part of the whole service, right? So that's happening starting this evening, and we're having our Tat Shabbat. I think that's next Shabbat, right? Yes. Next Shabbat will be July. We had a little hiatus, but we'll be starting once a month, having Tat Shabbat on Shabbat morning. And as we said, the holidays are 6 weeks away, and one of the most beautiful holidays we have after we atone on Yom Kippur is the holiday of Sukkot. And with this announcement of getting your lulav and etrog, I want to just share that we have a wonderful artist, musician in residence coming on that Shabbat Sukkot weekend. Billy Jonas, he was here twice, actually, once in our old building and at the JCC, and he's a beautiful prayer leader, and he's going to be here on Friday night on Tat Shabbat with the teenagers for a Havdalah, and then a big family concert at Sunday school. So save that date. The Shabbat after Yom Kippur is Sukkot. So we have a lot in store.
We are lucky. And we also, you know, as we get a little bit closer to the holidays coming up, we want to answer all of your questions. We want you to be attuned to what's happening. So just go to our website. By the end of this month, our hope is that we will have the opportunity to launch our new website. So we are working diligently on that. It's going to be great. I want to thank all the folks who sit at the back of the room. That would be Jody Bumgarner and Ruth Silverman and Zach Patton Friedman, along with Natalie Adler some nights that she's out there. We are very lucky to have the crack staff that we have. They are just working. So we always want your feedback, so please do tell us. In the meantime, friends.
And thank you to our musicians,
Thank you,
Bruce Piper and
musicians.
Mike Gunchek, always bringing joy to our music. We'll raise a glass to Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. L'chaim.
Oh, where'd your girl go? This is her favorite part. Let's make motzi together. Oh,
Somebody
there's
has
my
this
man.
part.
Okay. Come on, come on, come on.
We missed you.
You did.
Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. That whole thing's yours now. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'yiru. Amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Hey, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Oh, say shalom b'mamav. Oh, yeah, say shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'yimru. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, dear
Shabbat
friends. Shabbat shalom.
So happy to see you, buddy. I'm so glad you're. Let me turn this off. I'm so glad your grandpa